The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is brought to you by Big D's Tack and Vet Supply, Cool Winds Farm, Midland Acres, the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, and thestable.ca. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
Welcome, friends and fans all over the world, all over the country, all over the state. This is the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association broadcast of the Ohio Colt Racing Association races from Findlay, Ohio, in beautiful Hancock County. It's 76 degrees, sky is partly cloudy, sun is out. I'm Tom Pye, the harness guy. I'm going solo today, but I do have my Trot and Freight Pace Marketing main man, Tim, and he's here. We have a great card of 7 races, 2-year-old filly trotters, 3-year-old filly trotters. Some of the highlights you'll be able to see is a little 3-year-old filly trotter by the name of Designer Specs is racing. She is in the 3rd race, as well as later on today with the Signature Series Pace. We have a track record holder from numerous tracks, Big Booty Rudy. There's going to be a Signature Series Pace is going to be 1 good mile. Anyway, we shall be back here with more stuff after a few words from our sponsors and these little bits.
The Hancock County Fair in Findlay, Ohio was first organized in 1852. It had humble beginnings as a 2-day event hosted on rented farmland. However, in less than a decade, the fair outgrew its expectations and was recognized as one of the best in the state. Harness racing was introduced to Hancock County in the following years. Located in the infield is horseman Butch Harmony's final resting place. Harmony passed suddenly after setting the track record in 1967. He was buried with his trophy blanket. Hancock County is still known today for its horsemen. The standardbred breeding farm, Hickory Lane, has produced outstanding foals for decades, including the 2020 Ohio Horse of the Year, Action Uncle. The farm currently stands champion studs What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and Racing Hill. The area is also home to the University of Findlay, one of the most respected equine study programs in the country, as well as a national ranking show team. The Hancock County Fair is a member of the Ohio Colt Racing Association. They host 2 days of live-action harness racing, including a leg of the Spring Haven Farms Ladies Driving Series.
Hi, I'm Dean Gillespie, and I want to tell you about the Ohio Colt Racing Association. There's 19 member fairs, and they sponsor the Partial Futurity in Greenville, Ohio. You need to race in the OCRA. Great racetracks, great people. Bring the kids and come out to the fair, and remember, fair time is fun time.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio wants to thank all the breeders that supported our first season standing the trotter, Muscle Diamond. Cool Winds also welcomed the proven sire, Mr. Apples, to our stallion barn. Randy and Kim Haynes also stand the only full brother to some beach somewhere, Bring on the Beach, sire of Heart of Chewbacca. Visit the Cool Winds consignment at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 17th.
Bow River Jewelry has been the premier designers of sulky jewelry for more than 30 years. We incorporate today's fashion designs to create a unique piece of jewelry only found at Bow River. Visit bowriverjewelry.com today.
Now we're back again. So that was a nice little short intro and about Findlay, Ohio, the racing. This is home of the Old Mill Stream Fairgrounds. This is named after Tel Taylor. He wrote Down by the Old Mill Stream. Ready, boys? Down by the Old Mill Streams. But this is very scenic, and it's a beautiful track. The track's in great shape. We have 8 horse trotters in the 2-year-old filly trot. Ohio Colt Racing Association coming to post very shortly. They're on the track right now. They score 6 wide here. 7 and 8 start from the second tier. Just quick rundown. We have Mark Winters aboard Hannah's the One. Ron Gillespie. Glowface. Pinky Promise and Jeff Nysonger. Ed Greeno Jr. Not a clue on 4. 5 has been scratched. The 6 is Ronnie Gillespie. He's doing a double duty today. We shall have a driver on that shortly. The 7 has been scratched. And the 8 is Scott Fortunate Blessing with Scott Cisco. A nice 2-year-old filly trots. This is the Dash for the Cash, $10,727. Well worth it. Got 6 horses in. Only one poor little one's not going to get a check, but the winning picks up over $5,350. Now, Hannah's the One. 1 win out 8 starts. Trained by Mark Winters. Winner at Lima, 210 last week. Glowface. Winner has 4 wins in 7 starts, 2/3. Jimmy Artledge Jr. trained. Storm and Norman filly. She has a mark of 2, 6, and 2 at Urbana. She consistently trots 2-7, 2, 6, and 2. And now you got a powerhouse coming down from the Ohio Sire Stakes. It's Pinky Promise. And although she's only won 3rd in 7 starts, she did qualify in Scioto in 2 minutes flat. And she gets the nice guy, Mr. Jeff Nysonger.
All right, guys, let's bring them on the track for the first race. Bring them out for race 1. Red saddle pads, and we now need 6 of you. Here in the first race, scratch the 5, scratch the 7, bring them out for the first.
Ed Greeno is not a clue on the 4. 0 for 7, but has 2 seconds, 3/3. Incidentally, as I ramble on, make sure you go to harnessracingohio.com. That's our website. You can get your free programs here, so you can follow along. We do not have any parimutuel wagering here at Hancock County, and I see some of the regulars filtering in. It is a beautiful, bright day, and have tracks in great shape. They've been working on it. So going back to the MJ's, 5's been scratched. A lot of Spirit. Another Jimmy Arledge Jr. trainee. Has 9 starts, 3 wins, 2 seconds, and 1/3. Mark of 2, 5, and 3 at Greenville. And she won they put her in the Futurity. She finished 5th, trotting 2, 4, and 4. That's her best time. But that mile went in 2, 1, and 2. So that's a kind of a tough mile for a 2-year-old trotting filly. The 7 has been scratched, and the 8, Fortunate Blessing. 0 for 12, has 2 seconds and 2/3, and has trotted in 2, 5, and 1. The best time there. Good field. We have Bob Adams as our track photographer. Mike Wipkenberg as our starter. And The horses are coming on the track for race number 1. Here's Ratliff, our announcer. He will give you the official temperature soon. It's unofficial, 74 degrees. Beautiful day. It's last night at Van Wert. North America's winningest horse was Catch Me Conrad, was second, and was denied his 15th win. As I said, we were at Mount Gilead yesterday evening, and 2 horses leading in wins in North America are both Ohio bred. There they are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 2 more. There's
First
5.
race, 6, Lot of Spirit. Looks like Dan Noble. Dan Noble on 6. Horsemen, let's get all your driver changes in. Let's take all changes to the starter from here on out. Let's get them together, line them up, and parade them in order, please.
We're ready to rumble here at the Hancock County Fair in Findlay, Ohio. Post parade for the first.
So that's the call to post for the first race, race number 1. 2-year-old filly trot, a purse $10,727. 1, Hannah's the One, and Mark Winners. 2 is Glow Face, Ronnie Gillespie drives. 3 is Pinky Promise and Jeff Nysonger. 4, Not a Clue, Ed Greeno Jr. The 5 is scratched. 6, Lot of Spirit, driver change, Dan Noble. 7 is scratched. 8, Fortunate Blessing, Scott Cisco in the sulky. That's the field for the first race. Scratch 5. Dan Noble on 6. Scratch the 7.
So they will be moving them along nicely here. The weather's good, but there's no wagering. And when there is a parameter wagering, they're required to give at least, I believe, 12 minutes between races. Maybe 10, I'm not too sure. If I had one of my co-hosts who have much more knowledge than I do.
Note to photo finish, please have your radio on channel 3. Note to photo finish, trying to do a radio check, we're on channel 3.
There's little Glow Face as she scores down. Little filly by Storm and Norman out of Fancy Label. By Designer Lady. She shows on a card. She made a break in Troy, but other than that, she was going for 3 in a row, and then she come back and she won at Limer, 2-7-2. Ron Gillespie. Incidentally, we have Ron Gillespie and Jeff Nysonger. They are our leading fair drivers, so we will have a little mini battle here. Ron Gillespie, he went in 2 up at Van Wert. I believe he is now at 62. And Jeff Nysonger is right there with 58. They're neck and neck. Believe me, it's not just bragging rights. They like to get that title. It's nice. That trophy looks good on the mantelpiece at home or in the office, the barn office. And I think it was Vince Lombardi said that whoever said winning isn't everything was never in contention.
Race 6, number 6, Disaronno Hill, the driver Alex Hawk. Alex Hawk will drive Disaronno Hill in race 6.
They are mulling behind the Mike Wepkenberg starting gate. Man of over 100,000 races started. Kind of qualifies him as an expert, I believe. Disaronno Hill in the 6th. This is another horse that we can watch on, keep an eye on. Virgil Morgan trainee. 15 starts, 7 wins, 2 seconds, 1/3. $50,000.
Starter is calling in the horses for the first race. 2-year-old filly trotter, sponsored by Kesson Veterinary Clinic. They're turning in on their way to the gate.
This is the first, the Ohio Colt Racing Association. 2-year-old filly trotters, sponsored by Kesson Veterinary Clinic here in Findlay. My Ohio.
The gate is rolling. It's a breezy 77 degrees. The track is fast. And it's post time here at the Hancock County Fair. A field of 6. 2-year-old filly trotter, sponsored by Kesson Veterinary Clinic. A purse $10,727. They turn into the stretch for the first race. They approach the start. They're off and trotting and trying for the lead is Lotta Spirit. Along the inside is Glow Face as they move around the turn. Not a Clue is there in 3rd. Gapping early on in 4th is Hannah's the One. Then we will find a Fortunate Blessing and the early trailer Pinky Promise. A bit strong out as they move on up the back stretch, and out with the lead, it's Lotta Spirit. Lotta Spirit and Dan Noble high step it out there. In there to be second is Glow Face. 3rd along the inside, Not a Clue. Hannah's the One is there in 4th. Fortunate Blessing in 5th. The trailer is a Pinky Promise, the quarter 33 and 2. In and around the turn they go, and out there with the lead, it is Lotta Spirit. Lotta Spirit over there. 2nd is Glow Face. 3rd at the rail, Not a Clue. Hannah's the One is there in 4th. In their 5th, Fortunate Blessing, and the trailer remains Pinky Promise. They straighten away and move down here to the halfway mile mark of the race, where Lotta Spirit and Dan Noble are trying to tap the brakes on these. Over there in 2nd, Glow Face. In their 3rd, Not a Clue. Halfway home in 106 and 3, and around that turn they go. Lotta Spirit is the leader. Glow Face is now to the outside in 2nd. Over their 3rd, Not a Clue. Around the turn they head for the back stretch, and now the Arledge Junior horses are going at it as they trot on to 3/4. Glow Face on the outside. Inside, Lotta Spirit. Over there to be 3rd is Not a Clue. On the outside, Fortunate Blessing trying to move from the back, Pinky Promise. So the trailer now is Hannah's the One. On by 3/4 in 143, and around that final turn. Out there and with the lead, Glow Face on the outside. Inside, Lotta Spirit. They're nose to nose. They're stride for stride as they come to the top of the stretch. Inside, Lotta Spirit. Outside, Glow Face. They're going tit for tat as they turn for home. Glow Face on the outside. Lotta Spirit on the inside. Glow Face and Lotta Spirit. Glow Face and Lotta Spirit. Photo for win. Very, very tight finish there. 2:11 and 2.
I think the last corner, I'm not going to venture what they come the last. What I can tell you, I believe it was 2:68. We do appreciate a mile like that. That Glow Face, Ron Gillespie, he's putting a little distance between him and the rest of the field, and that leading fair driver, Dan Noble. He was under a steady urging coming down the stretch, but again, I believe it was 2:68. Unofficial, of course. Incidentally, both those Glowface has 4 wins and 7 starts, mark of 2-6 and 2 at Urbana, while Lot of Spirit is 3 wins and 9 starts, mark of 2-5 and 3 at Greenville. So they're very closely in good, very competitive. The judges are studying. They might request a print. Would you ask one of our experts of the grades saying who win it? Yeah. What, a horse with one of the saddle pads on it. Oh, no, I know that one. No, the blue horse.
2-6-8. 2-6-8 in the first.
You were correct, sir. Glowface.
Moving back into the winner's circle after winning the first race, it is the 2 Glowface. Glowface, a 2-year-old bay filly by Storm and Norman at a fancy label by designer Lindy. Owned by Trish Soulsby and Richard Shout. Jim Arledge Jr. is the trainer. Ronnie Gillespie is the winning driver. Time of the mile 2:11 and 2. This win sponsored by Kesson Veterinary Clinic. Hannah's the One was 4th. Glowface the winner. Pinky Promise 5th. Not a Clue was 6th. MJ's Tommy Girl scratched. Lot of Spirit 2nd. Happy Hill scratched. and Fortunate Blessing 3rd. 415, 6 scratch 2, scratch 3, 33 and 2, 106 and 3, 140 and 3/5, 211 and 2. Upcoming a second race. White saddle pads, we need 6 of you. Here for the second race, I have Ryan Stahl driving the 2 and scratch the 7. The 7 is scratched. Bring them on the track for the second race. Bring them on for race 2.
So with the very respectable last quarter in 30 and 4, that mile of 2:11 and 2, a new lifetime mark, but it picks up 50, 600. Don't make me do the math, but 50 to the 5,600 on her 12,000 already. She was a Buckeye Classic sale yearling for $16,000, and already she's climbing up almost for about even money with her now. But that was the first race from Findlay, Ohio, the Hancock County Fair. We will be coming up to the second race. 2-year-old filly paces and purse of $6,425. We have 6 in it. The 7 is scratched, and Ryan Stahl is driving the 2. So we will return in a few short moments with a few short messages.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best. When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
We're back here at Findlay. Now, Findlay, in my research on all the county fairs and the towns and etc. for the past couple of years, Ashley Daly does a great job on the county fair history, but the county history, Findlay was Colonel James Findlay, and he built a stockade and a supply depot right here on what became Findlay, Ohio. And that was back in 1812. Back then, this is all the Great Black Swamp. And this was the wilderness, and there was only a few hundred Native Americans that occupied, and they would come through the area on the sandbars because it was all swamp water. But the pioneers, they came out this way and they drained the swamps and they cleared the land and they made it I won't say a paradise on Earth, but a pretty nice place. Yeah, very nice.
Here in
weather.
race 2, looks like Daryl Rush going to drive the 3 Bud's Baby. Looks like Daryl Rush going to drive. Again, barn area, just another reminder, make sure you get all your changes in. Let's take under the starter before your horse hits the racetrack.
So the second race here at Findlay, Ohio, the Hancock County Fair, is purse for $6,425. The Ohio Racing Colt Association 2-year-old filly pace is the first one. Number 1, Mark Rowe trainee, 2-year-old filly by Mercado, Midwind Kelly with Alex Hawk. Steve Carter trainee on Fear the Flight with Ryan Stahl. They drive a change on the 3 Bud's Baby. Daryl Rushes is now driving. Graham's Teddy Bear with Hank Levan. And 5 is Kimley Daly with Rock This Lady, Dan Noble in the sulky. And E6, Dan O'Mara's trainee, Seize the Moment. Scott
Barn
Cisco.
area, let's keep them coming here. Let's keep them coming on the racetrack for the second race. Keep them coming race 2.
They're still doing their warm-ups here on the between the races for the 7 race card. Normally when you do warm-ups, just for you folks, I know not folks well-versed in harness racing. For those who don't know, our warm-ups, you want to get the horse jogged, which is what they call the wrong way of the track. They go clockwise, and then you can do the counterclockwise, which is a training mile, pick up the speed. Now that you can do, when they started, it was like talking about Little Brown Jug. Who's talking about Little Brown Jug? We were. And Columbia George, back in 1970, started warming up at 10:30 or 9:30 in the morning, and I believe he went 3 trips the right way of the track, warm-up mile, and then he had to go 3 grueling trips and do head-to-head with Most Happy Fellow, who eventually won. But that is legendary. Roland Ballou warming up Columbia George, starting so early and putting so many. But the horse made over $380,000 lifetime back then. And people say, well, that's good money back then. Well, it's good money right now, too. But so every horse is different. And some horses like to be warmed up. I know Ron Burke, who? The leading trainer of all time in wins and money. He likes to open all his horses up. That means to brush them fast, let them know they are on the racetrack and they mean business. He says, I want them out there. I want them to know that this is time. We're not going to play around. We're going down the road. And success breeds success. Just about everyone does that nowadays. It's a new way of thinking. I know back with the...
Let's get together, line them up in parade in order, please.
Years ago, you had an old horse. You'd take it easy with them. But your horses have to be paraded in front of the judges one time, unless they're excused. But that's the rule, and it's up to the presiding judge to make that decision. So just be thankful you're not warming up Columbia George today, because you would have started about 8 o'clock in the morning. Here's the second post-parade from Findlay.
Here are the horses for the upcoming second race. 2-year-old filly pace, sponsored by Brooks Stable. Purse $6,425. One is Midwind Kelly, Alex Hawk in the bike. 2, Fear the Flight, driver change to Ryan Stahl. 3 is Bud's Baby, driver change, Daryl Rush. 4, Graham's Teddy Bear, Hank Levan will drive. 5, Rock This Lady, and Dan Noble. 6, Seize the Moment, Scott Cisco aboard. The 7 is out. That's the field for race 2. We have Stall on 2, Rush on 3, Scratch the 7.
There is Rock This Lady, Dan Noble in the sulky. Kimberly Train Daly with the D. Trainee.
5th race, the 5, Crosswind Pepperjack, Ronnie Gillespie. Ronnie Gillespie will drive the 5 in the 5th.
That's too far in advance. Okay, I don't want to louse up my pages. Now in the Midwood and Kelly with the 8 starts, 2 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, mark a 2-2 at Wilmington. And Alex Hawk gets the call, has been driving, has win with her in Wilmington. Bucyrus, Wilmington, he has a win with her in Hilliard's 2-4, but she has been timed in 1:57.1 last week at Scioto and a known as 1 parimutuel.
7th race, 5, Rose Run Ulysses, Rick Dingledine. Rick Dingledine will drive the 5 in race 7.
And last week, this is how fast they go down Scioto. She was 4th. She went 57.1. Coming last quarter, 28.2. But they went 156.3. 2-year-old pacing fillies. Number 2, Fear the Flight, has a mark of 59.2 at her banner. 2 wins, 1 second, 1 third in her 8 starts. 8,000 on the card. And she shows her win at her banner. Got away 5th. Made a move, going to the half. Out the last half, took command at the head of the lane and drew off by 3 3/4. Last quarter, 29.4, mile 1:59.2. Gets the services of Ryan Stahl from Republic, Ohio. Number 3 is Bud's Baby. Tyler Rush has yet to visit the winner's circle this year, but has 4 seconds. In fact, her last 5 starts, she had 4 seconds. And has paced in 2-1-1 at Salina. Hank Levan and Graham's Teddy Bear. Only 2 thirds in 7 starts. Shows 2-1-4 at Urbana. And on the last quarter, 31. Finished 3rd. So let's see. I think we have a trainer. This is a trainer change.
Starter is calling in the horses for the 2nd race. They're turning in on their way to the gate. 2-year-old filly pacer, sponsored by Brooks Stable. per $6,425. They're turning in on their way to the gate.
So Graham's Teddy Bear, this is a first start under Hank Levan's tutelage. And this is race to Troy in the 16th. Dan Noble has Rock This Lady for Kimberly Daly. 3 wins, 1 second, 3/3 and 9 starts. Mark 59-4 Marysville. And Seize the Moment. Dan O'Mara trainee. Scott
Starting gate is rolling.
That's 1/3 and 9 starts. And this is the second from Hancock County.
Field of 6 make their way to the top of the stretch for the second race, and here they come. They're off and pacing. Midwin Kelly using that rail to her advantage and has the early lead. Rock This Lady is there in second. Fear the Flight is third. Bud's Baby is an early fourth, and it's Graham's Teddy Bear in fifth. Seize the Moment is the trailer. So Dan Noble not content in the pocket, and he's now rushing up on the outside with Rock This Lady. Rock This Lady paces onto the lead. Midwin Kelly is now there in second, way back to third to Fear the Flight. Next, it's Bud's Baby opening quarter, 28 4/5. In there to be next is Graham's Teddy Bear. Seize the Moment still trails. Moving up and around the turn, and with the lead, it's Rock This Lady. Noble will now try to dole down the speed. In there to be second is Midwin Kelly. Pacing in third, Fear the Flight. Next, it's Bud's Baby. Then it's a Graham's Teddy Bear and the trailer. Remains Seize the Moment. They're in single file as they drive here by the half, and the leader, Rock This Lady. Rock This Lady is there in 101 and 2. Midwin Kelly is a pacing second. Fear the Flight is third. Bud's Baby still in fourth. Over there fifth, Graham's Teddy Bear with Seize the Moment. Around the turn they move for the back stretch, and out there with the lead it is Rock This Lady trying to make every pole a winning one. Midwin Kelly is there in second. Fear the Flight is now been sent to the outside. Bud's Baby has also vacated the cones. Up the rail then as Graham's Teddy Bear. Seize the Moment trails, moving by 3/4 and 133 and 4. Pacing around the final turn, Rock This Lady on the inside. Outside, Fear the Flight. Over there next is a Bud's Baby right there. Midwin Kelly as they come to the top of the stretch. Rock This Lady by a nose. Outside, Fear the Flight. Rock This Lady and Fear the Flight. Midwin Kelly wants racing room. Rock This Lady, Fear the Flight. Outside, Midwin Kelly. Photo for win. Another very tight finish. 2:03 and 3.
That's quarter 29 and 4. And if you want a tight finish, that was, I believe, I can't even call it. We'll have to get who was it? 5-2? By a nose. Definitely by a nose. Whether it was a little petite nose like Elizabeth Montgomery or a nose like Jimmy Durante, we don't know yet. But it was by a nose. I'm running the finish line too, but I'm probably a foot to the left, so I couldn't tell. And I didn't even see who finished third because I was watching that. That was an excellent mile. And the quarter 28 and 4. The first ring, Dan Noble. Alex Hawk was after midweight. Midwin Kelly trying to keep Dan out. So Dan knew he could get by her. Midwin Kelly, a little filly by Ricardo. Rock This Lady, Pet Rock. And Fear the Fight by Fear the Dragon. No decision has been made yet. Style is head coming back. Fear the Flight.
251. 251 in race 2.
251, just for fun.
Moving back to the winner's circle after winning the second race, to Fear the Flight. Fear the Flight's a 2-year-old bay filly by Fear the Dragon. Had a flight canceled by Pan Pacific Flight. Owned by Stephen and Tammy Carter of Londonderry, Ohio. Steve Carter trains Ryan Stahl, the winning driver. Time of the mile 2:03 and 3. This race sponsored by Brooks Stable. Midwin Kelly was third, Fear the Flight the winner. Bud's Baby was fourth. Graham's Teddy Bear fifth, Rock This Lady second, Seize the Moment sixth, and Sicily Rock was scratched. 3-1-4, 5-2-6, scratch on the bottom, 28 and 4, 101 and 2, 133 and 4, 203 and 3. Upcoming a third race here in race 3. Blue saddle pads. We'll need 7 of you. Bring them on the track for the third race. Let's head them out for race number 3.
So we have 7 in the third race, and number 7 starts from the second tier. So far we've had scratches. Again, as officials always say, the 7 does not move in. It stays right in along where second tier. So 7 for the 3-year-old filly trot, Ohio Colt Racing Association, going for a purse of $10,036. A little filly here by the name of Designer Specs. As they say, keep your eye out and keep your eye on and look out for Designer Specs. She is a monster. This will be the third coming up here from Hancock County and Findlay, Ohio, and what a day for racing. We shall return in a few short minutes.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio wants to thank all the breeders that supported our first season standing the trotter, Muscle Diamond. Cool Winds also welcomed the proven sire, Mr. Apples, to our stallion barn. Randy and Kim Haynes also stand the only full brother to some beach somewhere, Bring on the Beach, sire of Heart of Chewbacca. Visit the Cool Winds consignment at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 17th.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Welcome back to Findlay, Ohio, the Hancock County Fair. We're at the third race of the Ohio Colt Racing Association. I'm Tom Pye, the harness guy, with Tim of Trot and Pace Marketing. We are manning the microphones today. This third race, it's all I can look at and see is Designer Specs. Jay Weller and Louise and Jay Weller's 3-year-old filly by Full Count out of Avalon Hall by Cantab Hall. She has 20 wins in her 24 lifetime starts. She is now, she had 1 second and 1 third last week on the 20th on the Ohio Sire Stakes $50,000 3-year-old filly. She got her first second. She cut the mile from the 6-0. Fractions were 28-3, half and 58-3, 3/4 and 127-2, and she come last quarter in 28-1. She trot a mile in 55-3. The mile went in 155-1. This is at Scioto, 3-year-old filly trotters. That's the last quarter in 28-4. No, it says 27-4. Mind-boggling. And that was Cat's lucky beater. So that there's nobody in this field, I do not believe. Well, Broken Heartsville Walls got a mark of 56-3 at Northfield. Designer Specs incident got a mark of 54-4 at Northfield. But from the rail out, we had Ryan George's Forget the Past with Scott Cisco. Mark of Ottawa, 2-3-2. 2 wins, 8 seconds, 2/3 in 13 starts. No slouch, that's 12 and for 13 on the board. Air Jordan L, although hasn't seen the winner's circle this year, is 5 seconds and 4/3 in 23 starts. Hank Levan trains and drives Air Jordan L. Designer Specs, of course. And then she's 6 for 10, 1 win, 1 second, 1/3, $40,133. Today, if she wins this, we're not going to ding, but she will go with a $100,000 mark and 25 lifetime starts. And again, we want to wish Jay Weller at the training accident he was at. The races at Mount Gilead yesterday, moving kind of slow, but he was moving, so he's on the mend. We wish you a speedy recovery, Jay. Number 4 is Telling the Story, Kimberly Daly and Dan Noble driving. It's got 3 wins and 4/3 in 14 starts. Mark of 59-4 at Dayton last year. She has 36,000 lifetime. She's just coming off of 3 in a row, and then she went out to the partial futurity there at Greenfield and finished 5th. Number 5 is This Gonna Hurt Us. This Gonna Hurt as AS. And she is a 3-year-old filly by Storm Norman. Now has yet to hit the winner's circle, but has 1 second, 4/3 in 12 starts. Has been trotting in 2-4 consistently. Number 6, Ronnie Gillespie for Dalton Walls and Bruce Soulsby and Dalton Walls. She has 8 wins, 3/3 in 20 starts. Mark 56-3. Finally, Susan B.
Three-year-old Philly trotters, no change here. One is Forget the Past, it's got Cisco. Air Dortel, Nick Corbett drives. The 3 Designer Specs and Ryan Stone. Lord Telling the Story, Dan Noble. 5, This Gonna Hurt with Chad Clark. 6 is Broken Heartsville, Ronnie Gillespie. Number 7, Susan B. Conley Newberry. Kansas City.
So that is the field. Susan B. By Paul Amos. She's zippo for her 8 lifetime starts. But she's looking for a good time. Well, let's put it this way. She's looking for a time. She needs, she does show 2-7-4 at Miami Valley in the qualifier, but the rest she's made those little X marks. And she's been distanced her last 5 starts. There was one yesterday, as Jay Wolf pull out. I did not know NTS means no tickets sold. And we had 5 no tickets sold the last 5 starts. So I wanted to run up and throw 50 on her. On a hunch, yeah, right. 50 cents maybe. Susan B has a NTS. That was at Wilmington. But again, anybody's race, you never know. Sometimes they just find themselves. And unfortunately, you find yourself behind designer specs in this. This is going to be the designer specs race between Broken Heartsville and designer specs. 3-6, and there's no wagering. It is a beautiful day here at Findlay. Nice breeze. The sun is not overpowering because of the breeze. But it's a good day to work on your tan. There's my tech. As he strolls across. There he is. That's Tim, Trot and Pace Marketing, the silent man behind the camera. He doesn't know this yet, but I'm working his camera box.
Starter gathering the field for race number 3.
You following me?
I did. I was wondering where he went to. Horses are about ready to approach Magical Mike's moving machine. We start the excitement and finish with a flush. I'm digging anything. I think my wires
turning in
there.
On their way to the gate. 3-year-old filly trotter, sponsored by Kalmbach Feeds. Purse $10,036. Designer Specs, one of the horses in Sunday's Ohio Super Night, raced at MGM Northfield Park. Over $2.4 million in purses given away this coming Sunday. Designer Specs, gonna try to get her piece of the pie there. She's racing today. This one sponsored by Kalmbach Feeds, 3-year-old filly trotters. Moving around the turn to the top of the stretch. And here they come.
This is the third from Findlay, Ohio, the Hancock
Forget the
County
pass
Fair.
on a break. The others are often trotting and going on out there telling the story. Designer Specs is there in second up on the outside. Broken Heartsville as they trot around the initial turn. Then over there next is Air Jordan L in fourth, trotting in fifth. This Gonna Hurt Oz, followed by Forget the Past and Susan B. Trails. Traveling on up the backstretch where Broken Heartsville and Gillespie now move up to get the lead. Telling the Story is in second. Designer Specs is looking him over from third. Air Jordan L is there fourth. Opening quarter 31-1. In and around the turn they go. Broken Heartsville the leader. In their second, Telling the Story. In there to be third is Designer Specs. Then we have Air Jordan L in fourth. Trotting in fifth is Forget the Past. With This Gonna Hurt Oz and the distance, Susan B. as they travel down here to the halfway mile mark of the race, and the leader, Broken Heartsville, in their second. Telling the Story, Designer Specs in third. By the half in 102-4. Into the turn they go, and now Stall tips out with Designer Specs. She was third, now she's second, and trying to roll up on the leader as they circle the turn to the backstretch on the inside. Broken Heartsville outside Designer Specs. Specs. Those two now go stride for stride as they move on to the 3/4 mile mark of the race. Inside Broken Heartsville by a nose. Outside Designer Specs has taken it to her. In their third is Telling the Story. 3/4, 132 and 4, moving around the final turn, and Designer Specs on the outside shoves a neck on top, now moving 3 wide. Here comes Telling the Story. At the rail is Broken Heartsville. To the top of the stretch, they turn for home. Designer Specs with the lead. Telling the Story is on the outside. Designer Specs inside. Telling the Story outside. Designer Specs holding on. Designer Specs to win. Telling the Story is in for second. Broken Heartsville gets third. 202 and 1.
Last quarter. 29 and 2. Last half. 59 and 2. Nice smile. Designer Specs. An eye-popping mile. 202 and 1. Tell you, surprise was Dan Noble with Telling the Story. Kimberly Daly, good mile. That's fastest she's running 2-2 at Urbana, but that's her first second, and she won a good mile. Filly by 3. 3-year-old filly by full count out of a Lindy Lane mare by the name of Donna's Victory, who was a Buckeye Classic yearling for $7,000. Now, some of these Designer Specs was a $13,000, and that puts her over the $100,000 mark. Give me a mathematician here. Who got a calculator? 5,000. $18 plus $96,797. High finance.
Coming back in front of the stands after winning the third race, it is the 3 Designer Specs. Designer Specs, a 3-year-old bay filly by full count out of Avalon Hall by Cantab Hall, owned by Louise and Jay Weller. Jay Weller is the trainer. Ryan Stahl is the winning driver. Time of the mile, 202 and 1. This one sponsored by Kalmbach Feeds. As I said earlier, Designer Specs, one of Ohio's finest in Ohio Super Night this coming Sunday at MGM Northfield Park. She'll be traveling for $300,000 purse. She's drawn number 3 in race 2 on Sunday's card at Northfield Park. Best of luck to the Wellers and Designer Specs and driver Ryan Stahl. Forget the Past was 4th, Air Jordan L 5th, Designer Specs the winner. Telling the Story 2nd, This Gonna Hurt Oz 6th, Broken Heartsville was a 3rd, and Susan B 7th. 4-5-1, 2-6-3-7 on the bottom, 31 and 1, 102 and 4, 132 and 4, 202, 1/5. Race number 4 is next. 3-year-old filly Pacers. Yellow saddle pads, we need 7 of you. Put Jason Brewer on the 1. Put Ryan Stahl on 4. Put Pierce Henry on 6. Bring them on the track for the 4th race. Head them out, race 4.
Okay, folks. Tommy's tabulations here. Puts Designer Specs in her 25 lifetime starts. $102,815. I believe. Unless somebody got a calculator. You didn't figure that out, did you yet? No, he didn't. But 102,025 starts. Nice little Ohio sired filly. Buckeye Classic, only 13,000. And raised and broke and trained and conditioned by Jay Weller for Louise and Jay Weller of Republic, Ohio, driven by Ryan Stahl of Republic, Ohio. Designer Specs through the looking glass. We'll be back for the 4th after a few short messages.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies.
As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Selling your horse? Sell for free. No fees, no commissions. The only free auction site in the industry. There's no problem selling your horse at harnesshorseauction.com.
We're back for the 4th Ohio Colt Racing Association here at Hancock County Fair in northwestern Ohio and Findlay. And down by the Old Mill Stream Fairgrounds. When Tell Taylor wrote that song, there is right by the Old Mill Stream. His golfing buddies said, that's no good. You don't have to know what about that. But he took it down to Kansas City and started selling copies. And one day, he sold over 1,000 copies of it. It became an instant hit. It's a stalwart of the barbershop quartets, and he ended up buying the fairgrounds, et cetera, like this. Is now the William Tell Overture.
2 out, 5 to go. Keep them coming for the 4th.
Tell Taylor Museum here, playing the William Tell Overture. Oh, yeah, look at this. They're handing out shirts. The Signature Series shirts. But so that's Findlay. And they got a full fair. Good to see the people back, the crowds back. As again, just a day like this, it makes it all worthwhile. Last year, as I said, many times, it was the silent running. It was not fun. Because one of the best things is having the excitement of the people. If you can make it to the fair, come on out and join us, because it's just like better than a day at the beach. It's they got all the rides here. You can food. They got all the good fair food that you just can imbibe on at least once a year. And if you can't do it, we're so happy. The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association are really glad to be able to present you the fairs. Now, I don't go on Facebook when I'm yabbering, because I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. But I did double check the
Let's get them together. Let's line them up and pray them in order, please.
From yesterday, and saw the comments. I saw folks from G'day, mate, Australia. I want to say G'day, mate. Tie me kangaroo down, and away we go. It's probably about, I'm going to say, 6 o'clock in the morning over there. Also, we have a couple in Hawaii. Want to say hello to. I'm going to show you the 4th race post parade. 3-year-old filly pacers.
So that's the call to post for race number 4. Purse here, $5,666. Sponsored by Bontrager Construction. 3-year-old filly pacers. 1 is Sonnet's Hanover. Make the driver Jason Brewer. 2 is Apple Susie. Scott Sisko aboard. 3, Palomide Hanover and Terry Hall. 4, Southern Panda. Driver change to Ryan Stahl. 5, Shameful Eyes and Jeff Nysonger. 6, Gucci, driver change, Pierce Henry. And the 7, Saddle Up and Cruise, Dan Noble in the sulky. That's the field for the 4th race. Jason Brewer on 1, Ryan Stahl on 4, Pierce Henry on 6.
Nice field of 3-year-old pacing fillies, sponsored by Bont Rager Construction, LLC. Now, we got a good field here. Some Shameful Eyes, Jeff Nysong is in the 5. Having a great year. 3 wins, 7 seconds in 14 starts, 41,000 mark of 55 at Hoosier Park. But you got to go, well, Palomine Hanover, Terry Hall has 30 starts in 2021. That is the most I've seen. 2 wins, 6 seconds, 4 thirds, 34,000 mark of Miami Valley, 54-3. The one that we got to keep an eye on, the one would be if there was parimutuel wagering here, this would be probably the I don't know. I can't spin beat. Be short odds. Saddle Up Cruise got a mark of 52 Fort Scioto. 16 starts, 4 wins, 1 second, 3 thirds, $28,002. Apple Susie made a break last week, but she was second at Greenville, 56-3, and she only got beat a length. Come last quarter, 28-3. This is going to be a fast mile. This might be the fast out. No, well, for the fillies, this will be the fastest of the days for the fillies. There's 7 here. 7 starts from the second.
Starter is gathering the field for the 4th race. 3-year-old filly pacers.
Saddle Up Cruise starts from the second tier. It's Christy Noble, not an entry, but they're both trained by Christy, different owners. So Gucci is good year last year, 43,000 for 15,000 blooded horse sale. That's a good. Already made 47,000. Ohio Select for Palomine Hanover of 9,000. Already made 46,000. You have Shameful Eyes, a 11,000 Ohio Select yearling, and has made over 44,000. So they paid for themselves, and you get and enjoy some of the best fair, or I won't, the best fair racing in the world. No place like Ohio. And that's our fan over in Australia. He says he wished he was here, but thank you, he said, for bringing us.
Horses approach the starting gate for the 4th race, sponsored by Bond Trager Construction. Purse $5,666. A field of 7. The gate is rolling.
They're just in behind the gate. So we're happy to bring you these fair races. Happy to be here. We get to enjoy the races ourselves.
Top of the stretch, and here they come.
This is the 4th 3-year-old filly pace from Hancock County Fair in Findlay, Ohio.
They're off into pacing. Palomine Hanover gets the first call up on the outside. Shameful Eyes as they move around the turn. Gucci is there in 3rd. An early 4th for Southern Panda as they move around the turn to the back stretch. Over there to be next comes Sonnet's Hanover. Then we will find on the inside, Saddle Up and Cruise, and that leaves the trailer Apple Susie. Still trying to settle the score up top, and with the lead, Shameful Eyes finally sees the lead in 28-1. Shameful Eyes on top, but paid a price to be there. Palomine Hanover is there in 2nd as they will swing around the turn. Pacing in there to be 3rd as they straighten away and pace on down here to the half. We have Gucci losing stride, Southern Panda. That leaves a large gap back then to Sonnet's Hanover. Looking over there to be next. is Saddle Up and Cruise, and outside but trailing Apple Susie, moving by the half, 1 minute 3/5 and around the turn. The leader, Shameful Eyes, in their second, Palomine Hanover, moving around the turn to the back stretch, off stride again, Southern Panda, so now swinging out 3 wide as Apple Susie, around the turn to the backside, and now it's battle number 2 for the top 2, inside Shameful Eyes, outside Palomine Hanover. Right there is Gucci in third. Pacing in there to be fourth. It's Apple Susie. Trying to roll from the back now is Saddle Up and Cruise. 131-1. Moving around that final turn in the leader. Up top is Shameful Eyes. Palomine Hanover is there in second. Now shifting to the outside, Gucci. Saddle Up and Cruise. 4 wide for the drive, and as they turn into the stretch, 4 across the racetrack. Trying to get the lead, Gucci. Saddle Up and Cruise on the grandstand side. Up the inside, Apple Susie. 5 of them there on the line. Photo for win. 201-1.
Last quarter, 30 seconds flat, but they could have thrown a postage stamp over the field right there. 5 of them across the track. That's happening. Minute and 2/5. 3/5. Minute and 3/5. Final 2-1-1. And again, I'm at a loss for words. My resident expert, or our, well, we'll call him expert, we'll just call our devoted fan, a knowledgeable fan. Who do you think it was? Huh? The 6th one. Gucci, Pierce Henry. Okay, do you have the order of finish? That was a great finish. See that when the Shameful Eyes got the little bit of the starch taken out, he had to take the lead in 28-1, and then backed off the second quarter 32-2, and they stepped up. That Terry Hall, Palomine, Hanover. Owned and trained and driven by Terry Hall of Cincinnati, the Reichsmühle of Cincinnati, Ohio. And there, the drivers can't even tell. They're walking back in tandem, waiting for the word. We shall go to Tim.
Still waiting on photo finish here. Hold all side bets until we are official.
Give me back my quarter. What do you think, Tim?
I have no clue.
Well, we know that.
Whatsoever.
We knew that. Would you please? I think
you just want me to pick a number?
No, well, that's what I do. Pick a number. That's close enough. But if I had a PA here, I would ask the crowd who won. We got a nod on the 6. We got another nod on the 6. Wow. So this is like the crowd there. They're breathless in anticipation, and they're very slowly working back. We still don't have a definite winner. Love it. Love it. It's good racing. We'll go with the 6 with Pierce Henry. Gucci. That's her first win of the year. Had a good year last year. This is her first lifetime win. She has a mark of 57 on a qualifier. Gucci. This is a 16th start. She was Zippo for 16, but had 4 seconds, 3/3.
While we wait photo finish, you can start bringing them to the track for the 5th race. You can start heading them out for race number 5.
got six and the 7. This is a tough call because they're both trained by Christy Noble. Go, Christy, come on down the winner's circle. You're going to be there either or. Be nice.
6, 7, 3, 6, 7, 3. Dan Noble lost another photo here this afternoon.
And he just turned, go back to the barn. But 6, 7, 3.
Moving back in front of the stands after winning race number 4, it is the 6, Gucci. Gucci, a 3-year-old bay filly by Nob Hill High at a Mommy Robin Q by Western Ideal and Tim Homan, Christy Noble trains. Pierce Henry, the winning driver. Time of the mile 2:01.1. This one sponsored by Bontrager Construction.
That is her lifetime mark there, a race, that qualifier. That's a Scioto, but she gets the winner's circle.
Sonnet's Hanover was 6th, Apple Susie 4th, Palomine Hanover 3rd. Southern Panda the winner, Shameful Eyes 5th, Gucci the winner, Saddle Up and Cruise was 2nd. 6, 4, 3, 7, 5, 1, 2 on the bottom, 28 and 1. 1 minute 3/5, 1:31 and 1, 2:01 1/5. Race 5 is next. Green saddle pads. We need 6 of you. Here in the 5th race, scratch the 2. Drivers here for the 5th race. Ryan Stahl is on 3. Ronnie Gillespie on the 5. Hank Levan on 6. Jeff Neisonger on 7. Bring them on for the 5th.
And with that, we'll be back for the 5th race. 2-year-old filly pace, Ohio Racing Conference Association. Purse of $6,425. 7 in it. We have another good little field coming up here. I don't think we can top that for a tight photo finish. That was one of the better ones we've had all year. And with that, we'll be back for the 5th race after a few kind words from our sponsors.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands the popular Dancing Yankee, whose first crop hit the ground this year and are great-looking individuals. Cool Winds is also standing Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on September 17th.
Buying or selling a racehorse? OnGate.com is your one-stop website. OnGate has changed the way racehorses are bought and sold. Easy-to-view listings makes it easy to find your next champion. Buy or sell at OnGate.com.
Hello. We are again back at Findlay, Ohio, Hancock County Fair, race number 5, Ohio Racing Colt Association. We have the 2-year-old filly Pacers. We have originally 7, but the 2 has been scratched, so 7 still starts from the 2nd tier, from the rail out. Morning Sunrise, Dan O'Mara trainee for Marjorie Bolemus. She has 3 wins, 10 starts, 1 second, 1 third, mark of 2 minutes, and a 5th at Troy. And that last week she went at Greenville at in the off track 2, 3, and 2. She is filly by Rockin' Amadeus out of Phil and Frisky Mare Awakening. Number 3, Fair Her Touch, the Steve Carter trainee for Steve and Tammy Carter of Londonderry, Ohio. Fair the Dragon. She has 10 starts, no wins, 2 seconds, 4 thirds, qualified at Scioto in 57-1. That was quite a while ago, probably the first start. She has paced. Paced in 2-1-3 with the last quarter 28-4 at Urbana, finished third. Fairer Touch. Number 4 is Fine Art and Rosa. They're making them difficult. I had to study that. It looks like Fin Ear TN. Okay, Fine Art and Rosa. The Matt Rowe owned Mark Rowe trainee from Urbana, Ohio. She has 5 starts.
Let's get them together. Let's line them up in pretty many order, please.
2 seconds and a third. She's coming off she got scratched sick at Urbana, but she paced in 2-2 at Mount Vernon. Last quarter, 30 seconds flat, cut the mile, and just got beat by a head. She's coming to the form. Crosswind Pepperjack. 8 starts, no wins, 3 seconds, 2 thirds. And she has paced, finished second in 2 minutes and a fifth. So she shows a good mile. But the one that referred to contract, to 4 starts, no wins, second and third. Save the best for last. Here's the post parade for the 5th.
That's the call to post for the 5th race, sponsored by Hepburn Feed and Supply. 2-year-old filly Pacers are per $6,425. This race scratched the 2. Ryan Stahl 3, Ronnie Gillespie 5, Hank Levan 6, Jeff Nysonger on 7. 1 is Morning Sunrise, Scott Cisco drives. The 2 is scratched. 3 is Fear Her Touch, driver changed to Ryan Stahl. 4 is Fine Art and Rosa, Alex Hawk. 5 is Crosswind Pepperjack, driver change Ronnie Gillespie. 6, refer to contract, Hank Levan in the bike. And the 7, Oh Little Shift with Jeff Nysonger in the sulky. That is the field for the 5th race. Again, scratch the 2. Ryan Stahl on 3, Ronnie Gillespie 5, Hank Levan on 6, and Jeff Nysonger on 7.
So the 7, Oh Little Shift. Greg Smith owned and trained. Daughter by Western Vintage, out of a Western Terror mare, Knockout Pout. Driven by Jeff Nysonger. She has 10 starts, 2021, 6 wins, 3 seconds, $18,449. She just got beat at Greenville. She cut the mile. 2 minutes, 2:01-1. Got beat by TNT Dynamo. And that would have been 6 in a row in Ohio. She's going to pick up your win last week at Lima. 2-2. She aired in there. Hank Levan drove in that one. Jeff Nysonger has been driving her. He's got the seat again. So she should start another win streak. Is this a nice little filly? Totals this. Fairer Touch has not visited the winner's circle, nor has Fine Art and Rosa, Crosswind Pepperjack, or refer to contract. The other, again, Old Little Shift and Overlay. And if we had betting here at Hancock County Fair, she would be 1-9. Of course, Doug Ballinger, we were at Lima, and he said the crowd just local boy Jeff Nysonger, and they just bet him. And of course, I think he won 3 out of the first 5. So the crowd was quite happy. One night at Sydney, he won 7 races. Pierce Henry's won 5 the other night. they go, of course, Don Irvine Jr., who's not here today, he had 3 yesterday at Mount Gilead, Rosie Weaver and Don Irvine. He had 7 up at one of the fairs, Wellington. One of the fairs. If they go in there, when you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not. Jerry Reed. Do you remember that? No, you don't, because that was from 1971. And the hits just keep on going.
Starters called in the horses for the 5th race. 2-year-old filly pacer, sponsored by Hepburn of Feed and Supply. Purse $6,425, a field of 6. They round the turn to the top of the stretch, and here they come.
This is the 5th. From Hancock County Fair, Findlay, OHIO.
They're off and pacing. Morning Sunrise, using that rail to her advantage to go out there and take the lead. Oh, Little Shift is there in second as they move around the turn. Then on the inside, Fear Her Touch is 4th. Over there to be in 5th, it's Fine Art and Rosa. Next over there at the rail is Crosswind Pepperjack. Refer to Contract is the trailer. A bit strung out as they pace on up the backstretch, and out there with the lead, Morning Sunrise. She's lost her saddle pad, but she's on the lead in 29 1/5. Into the turn they go. In there to be a second as they roll around the turn. Oh, Little Shift. In there to be next comes Fear Her Touch. Then we have Fine Art and Rosa. That one's followed by Crosswind Pepperjack. And Refer to Contract is still the trailer. They're in single file as they drive down here to the half. Morning Sunrise and Scott Cisco lead the way. On to the outside now. Here comes Fear Her Touch along the rail. Oh, Little Shift. The half in 1 minute 3/5. Fine Art and Rosa is there in 4th. Coming up the inside now is over there next is Refer to Contract. The trailer is Crosswind Pepperjack. Into the backstretch they go. On their way to 3/4 and out there with the lead, Morning Sunrise. Right there in second is still Roll Little Shift. Up on the outside, Fear Her Touch. Losing stride at the back is Refer to Contract, 131 2. So the Cisco Kid still the leader with Morning Sunrise. In their second, Oh Little Shift. Outside to be third is Fear Her Touch. Now moving 3 wide. Here comes Crosswind Pepperjack. They're at the top of the stretch. Oh Little Shift now found racing room. And Oh Little Shift just rolls right by. Oh Little Shift will win. Morning Sunrise in for second. Fear Her Touch gets third. Time of the mile, 2:01 1.
Oh, Little Shift. That's the last quarter, 29 4 on cruise control. Little Shift, that's her 7th win in 11 starts. Go along with 3 seconds. The third $3,200 brings her up to over $21,000 for the year. Congratulations to Greg Smith of Urbana, owner trainer, and Jeff Neisonger adding to his total for the Ron Gillespie, Jeff Neisonger. It's a battle. Little Shift to Western Vintage. Actually, that was an easy mile. Just like the gates just parted, and here she came. The strove home. She's a little filly, quite a little filly. So that's, I'll tell you, the growth spurt when they're 2, 3, and 3, 4, so she can
back in front of the stands after winning the fifth race. It is the 7 Old Little Shift, a 2-year-old bay filly by Western Vintage at a knockout pout by Western Terror by Greg Smith, who also trains. Jeff Nysonger is the winning driver. Time of the mile 2:01.1. This one sponsored by Hepburn Feed and Supply.
Nice blanket. Congratulations. Nice ride back in the golf cart. That's a good courtesy. It's a long run from the barn area to the winner's circle. When you win, you want to get your picture taken. Well, you just want to, because you never know. You say this, well, we might win next week, and there's no such thing as next week. Except when you have a good horse. Then you say, I can't wait till next week. We'll get the official rundown from Ayers Ratliff. Good tight finishes. Now coming up is the 6th race.
Just a reminder to the horsemen, we do ask that you do wear your head numbers. We do ask that you wear your head numbers today.
2 more to go here at Findlay, Ohio. 7th race is the Signature Series pace. This, I won't say promises to be a
You can bring them on the track for the 6th race. Let's bring them out for race number 6, Black Saddle Pads. We have Alex Hawk driving 6. Bring them out for the 6th race.
But they think they're going to step out a little bit because we have horses with marks of 52. Well, actually, let's go with the lifetime marks. Because you got 53 at Dayton, 53 and 3 at Northfield, 52 Miami Valley, 51 at Scioto, 54 and 2 at Dayton, and 150 and 4. Dun dun dun.
Morning Sunrise was 2nd. Teacher's Rock scratched. Fear Her Touch was 3rd. Find Art and Rosa 5th. Crosswind Pepperjack 4th. Refer to Contract 6th. Old Little Shift, the winner. 2 scratch 3, 5, 4, 6, 1, 29 and 1. 1 minute 3/5, 131 and 2, 2:01 and 1.
Again, that's for the
race number 6 is next.
That's for the 5th race. We are coming up on the 6th here at Findlay, Ohio. They're moving along quickly, literally and figuratively. Good miles, fast last quarters. We'll be back with a few more.